Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Cherrell. I'm the host of Let's Talk the Show, and this ain't a podcast. I want to thank you guys for tuning in with me this Tuesday, like you guys do every Tuesday. I'm so excited to sit down and chop it up with you guys to discuss my latest trip to New Orleans, okay? I recently visited New Orleans this past weekend, and I can't wait to share all the details with you guys. I had a blast. But before we go any further, make sure you guys click that arrow in the lower right corner and share this live with 3 friends that you think will like it. Also, make sure you guys are following Let's Talk the Show on all social media platforms. Most importantly, make sure that you're clicking that link in our bio to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure you're also following me on social media. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at MissCarter_1X, as that is like the most important for this episode that you're going to want to follow me for my travel must-haves. You don't want to miss it. So let's make sure we go ahead and get this on here. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see here. Okay. So as you guys can see, I recently went to New Orleans. But before we jump into that, we always want to make sure we start off with what we're grateful for. And I'll start off. Make sure you guys drop in my comment section something that you are grateful for. Like I said, it's super important to discuss what we're grateful for. And I will say, honestly, this looks so tight. I can't today. Today, I am grateful for... I'm grateful to have had an amazing trip. I'm going to say that I'm grateful to have met such great people and to be able to travel with them or to hang out with them whenever that time comes. So, yeah, drop in my comment section something that you're grateful for. Mine is, yes, grateful for health. I love it. You can't go wrong with no good health, especially during a pandemic. I know you guys are not used to seeing me, eating stuff, but, I have, the munchies so bad. I'm not high enough. I just, want to eat, but I don't want to eat nothing that's too much. So, I went to New Orleans. Better yet, you guys can hit that little question thing. If you guys have any questions about my trip, drop them in there so I can make sure I answer whatever questions you have. Whatever you want to know. I know you guys may have saw me in a crazy, colorful wig. I'm going to tell you about that wig. Drop those questions. If you have questions about the trip, the people I went with, where we went, the things we did, the foods we ate, drop that question. I want to answer every question that you have as well. And if you've also visited New Orleans and you want to share your experience, make sure you hit that little plus sign and the camcorder, and I can bring you on and you can also share your experience too. You say, hey, how are you doing today? I'm doing great. My voice is gone, but I feel good to be here. So that's really all that matters. I'm happy to be back. I know I haven't posted much. I really was just trying to enjoy the moment. And it's really hard to pack, prepare for a trip, get what you need for a trip, prepare for someone to keep your kid, stay on social media. It's just I wear many hats, that's the reality. I'm a small business. I'm a one-woman show right now, and I wear a ton of hats, and so sometimes it can be hard, and sometimes I drop them sometimes. That's just the reality. So I want to start off very first, with the entire trip. So I took a trip this past weekend to New Orleans for my friend Brianna's bachelorette party. She's getting married in a couple weeks. So we traveled to New Orleans this past weekend. It was so fun. Let me see. I'll get to your questions. Give me a few seconds. I'll get to the early details of the trip, and then I'll answer your questions. Thank you. So this past weekend we visited New Orleans. It was a 2.5-day trip. We went from Friday to Sunday. We got there early Friday morning, and then we left Sunday morning. And we flew when we flew to New Orleans, we flew via Delta. And then, I don't know if you guys know that when you travel, you can get TSA pre-check, or you can get something called Clear. And basically, it just helps you skip the line. You know, there's if you're flown, you know, you got to go through that line. You got to stand behind people, and they want to see your ID and your boarding pass. Well, with TSA PreCheck and Clear, they're like the same, different companies, but they do similar things, right? And with TSA and Clear, you can basically skip that line, go to that port. So there's like a Clear port, and it uses your eyes or your fingers to basically skip that line and go straight to the front, and then do the little check with your hand above. That's what TSA PreCheck and Clear does, right? I lie. I think TSA PreCheck does the same thing, but I know for a fact that's what Clear does. So that's what I had. And a friend that was going on a trip actually sent me a link that allowed me to get like 2 months free using Clear, where you can skip for 2 months. I could skip that line and use Clear going through the airport. So I used that for the first time. It was super, super, super easy. When basically the lady helped me sign up, they scanned my eyes, they scanned every last one of my fingers. And then when we came back, it just used my eyes. I like stood at the little thing, put my eyes up, it scanned my eyes, and I beat my friends. I was sitting waiting for like almost 10 minutes, right? So I would definitely advise, if you're a frequent traveler, to definitely get that. I would say, now I do want to say this because my friend has traveled out of the country. She said that Clear is a little more expensive, right? Clear is like 100, maybe like 150 or something like that. It's like really expensive. It's like crazy expensive. But TSA PreCheck is like $99 for like 3 years. It might be 3 or 5 years, and don't quote me on that. But if you are a frequent traveler and you travel at least more than 2-3 times a year, get TSA PreCheck or Clear. They do kind of similar things. They have differences, but TSA PreCheck overall is cheaper, right? So get that. It helps you really just advance through security really fast. Let me think. What else? I'm trying to make sure I give you the early part. Also, this was a trip that we'll be walking a lot. We did a lot of walking. Okay, it's for a bachelorette party. It's not a tourist type trip. So I am going to put a link in my personal page, not in Let's Talk page. You guys will need to follow me on social media as well. I'm going to leave a link in my bio, and it's going to send you to my Amazon store for all my travel must-haves. I travel with some great products. Super easy to travel with, including some insoles for your shoes. I'll talk about that later on. They were so perfect, okay? So perfect. Okay, so let's move on. So this trip included my friend Brianna. I met Brianna in college. It included 2 of my old roommates. It included Brianna's friends from college, including her twin. She's Brianna's twin, her twin Brittany, and their sister Ebony, and then their friends from high school and work. It was about a total of 12 of us. So it was like, I don't know, 9 girls and 3 guys, which was super fun. I just want to say that. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Traveling with men is like top notch. Like if you can find some good guys to travel with, I'd highly recommend inviting men on your trip. This is my second time. I've traveled with men before, and I've never had a bad experience, right? I've had a good experience. They're always super fun. The guys are always like really good, right? So this Mike really just joined. I know you guys see fanboy Mike. Mike is a twin, and his brother Mark also came. So it's Mike, Mark, and then Say Cool. Those were the 3 guys that went with us, and I want to tell you guys they are so fucking funny, right? This is not my first interaction with these fellas. I've like been to multiple events. We went to bars and stuff. It was so fun to hang with them. It was so fun to travel with them. It's literally like traveling with security guards, traveling with your dad. And just traveling with a whole bunch of people, right? So they were super fun. Let me tell you guys, so when you board a plane, the lady told us, like, after the last person gets on, they close the gate. Why did my friend Janae miss the fucking flight, right? So you see, guys, fanboy Mike is there. Mike's twin, Mark, almost fucking missed the flight too, right? Mark fucking said he ran a mile in the airport trying to get his flight. Janae ass missed the fucking flight. We're all on the plane, like, texting Janae, like, where are you? Can you make it? We're trying to talk to flight attendants, trying to get Janae on the plane. Long story short, Janae missed the fucking flight, right? And she missed it because they told her the wrong gate. She was at the wrong gate. And by the time she got to our gate, there was no more attendants outside. They had closed the plane, and we were preparing for takeoff. And it's like, fuck. So everybody's on the plane like, damn. So that's like one of the funniest things that happened. Like, Janae missed her fucking flight. It was bad. Mark almost missed his fucking flight, but he got on. So let's see. That's takeoff. Let's see. Let's move through landing. We landed in New Orleans. First off, let me tell y'all, it's hot as fuck. Like, hot as fuck just doesn't really describe it. It was hot as fuck. It was muggy. That shit didn't let up. It was horrible, guys. It was so horrible. We were outside walking so many days. Let me think what else. So we landed. We lived in the fucking hood, okay? I want to let y'all know we lived in the hood. But it was nice as fuck. Shout out to Brittany, because Brittany was the host. We lived in an amazing, we had like 2 separate apartments. There were 4 bedrooms, full size bed. There were 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 women. There you go, 9. It was 3 guys. The girls lived upstairs, the guys lived downstairs, and that was made out of safety concerns because we're living in an unfamiliar neighborhood, and it felt safer for the guys to be downstairs in case, anything happened. They couldn't climb through a window. They climbed into the guys, which I thought was super amazing. This is another perk of traveling with men. You definitely get different perspectives, especially when it comes to safety precautions. Sex trafficking is real, and you always want to be safe. And the fellas really did look out for us. So the fellas stayed downstairs, the girls stayed up. The fellas stayed downstairs, the ladies stayed up. And there were 2 to a room, 4 rooms, spacious as fuck. Okay, shout out to Brittany. She did her fucking thing. And we stayed in Airbnbs, right? So the first night we got there, I'm trying to think about what we did. The first night I can't remember. Can't remember what we did the first night. You know what? While I try to think about what we did the first night, I'll go ahead and take a question because I can't recall what happened. Okay, let's see. I'll answer this one. It goes, how was it down there? Is it fun? What did you do there, right? I was just getting to that. Okay, how was it? It was hot as fuck. The food was good as fuck. The people were kind of rude. Everybody has an accent that's fucking fire. Like I think Southern people have one of the sexiest accents in the world. I don't give a fuck what you say. And this is how they say it. And the way they say it is so official that if you go to you know how you have like location tags in Instagram? If you type in New Orleans, you can type in New Orleans and it will pop up. But the way they say it is so official that it's N'_AWLINS. That is how New Orleanians say New Orleans. Is New Orleans. And it's like when you hear them talk, it's like New Orleans. Welcome to New Orleans, baby. And it's just like, oh my gosh, it's just like, oh, you just feel it. So people down south have some of the sexiest accents. This is like, it makes you melt, right? Okay, so that's how it was. It was hot as fuck. The food was good as fuck. People were kind of rude, but they have the sexiest accent. Is it fun? It was amazing. And I always want to emphasize that anywhere you go with a good group of people is going to be fun. Let me just make that clear. Anywhere you go with a group of people, with a good group of people, will be fun. If you go with some cheap, complaining, nagging ass motherfuckers, they could turn the funnest place into the most terrible experience ever. So I went with a fun group of people. We had a good time. People meshed very well, and it worked. It just worked. Everybody, especially and the thing was that a lot of people were on the same page. So at one point of the trip, we, I think the second day, Saturday, we visited the Deaf Museum. Everybody came to the consensus that shit was whack as fuck and niggas shouldn't have fucked. Like, everybody was just like, yeah, we could have did some other shit. Like, that was a group idea. So nobody was like, feeling like, dang, y'all ain't want to do it. It was like a group, I can't think right now. It was like a group thought, okay? I can't figure the word out. Everybody pretty much agreed that shit was ass. We could have did something else. And that was okay. But it was also okay. Some people liked it. Some people enjoyed it. But we just agreed, like, that shit wasn't worth the money we spent. But it's cool. It is what it is. We got the experience. We out. I know I have a request. Give me one more second, and I'm going to get to your request. You guys see him. So Majin Cool is here. Mead 11 is Mark, the other twin. And you see Fanboy Mike said hot as fuck. It was hot as fuck, okay? And then let's see, is it fun? It's super fun. Like I said, it really depends on who you go with. What did you do there? We did a lot of drinking, a lot of laughing. We went to the Deaf Museum. We went on a bar crawl. let me tell you all, that bar crawl was ass. It was hot as fuck. We had on them fucking wigs. Dog was talking about, I'm gonna get y'all drunk as fuck. We was not drunk as fuck. Niggas was just hot as fuck, okay? The shots that we had on the bar crawl were really nice. And I do want to say the thing about this bar crawl was that it was full of, like, obviously Louisiana history, and it had a lot. It was like a ghost tour kind of. So we learned a lot about how the movie 12 Years a Slave was made. We learned about who it was based on. We learned about a lot of the horror stories that happened with adults and children and slavery on that bar crawl. So it was super nice. We got to see a lot of the beautiful, beautiful architecture of New Orleans, and definitely recommended some great spots to drink outside of the bar crawl. He was a great tour. He did a really good job. It was really just hot as fuck. We didn't get enough drinks for me, and I wasn't drunk enough. Long story short. And what else? So that was like the first day. I cannot remember. I know we ate, got home, we got situated. We did a lot of Bourbon tour. We did Bourbon Street. I will say, you can't wait to go. You have to go. Like, you need, and I want to let you know, travel with good people. Don't travel with somebody that's about to bitch, moan, complain. That shit is going to kill the vibe. It's going to kill the trip. I do want to say this. One of the good things that we did was that we did not get a car. We Uber everywhere. And when you're traveling in a car with 5 or 6 people, a $30 trip becomes extremely cheap, okay? And I will suggest that if you decide to travel to New Orleans, or if you decide to take a big group of people, and you're going to do like a lot of touristy stuff, it might be really good to like get an Uber, or, you know, get a Lyft and not rent a car. It's super cheap. I don't even know if everybody in total came out in $100 for those days in Ubers, because it was so cheap that way. Adore E is also here. That's Brianna, the bachelorette. Her sister, she came as well. So yeah, I would recommend doing an Uber, doing a Lyft. I'm trying to think, what else did we do the first day? You guys are in here, so if you guys can remember what we did the first day, please let me know. Okay, so Marcus is going to join our live, guys. He was on the trip, and he is one. Brianna and Brittany is one set of twins. That includes the bachelorette and the host, and then Mark and Mike are the other set of twins that follow. And we're going to get Mark on to say, yeah, you said only spend like $40. Yeah, I would definitely recommend an Uber. It was super convenient, super affordable, which was a big thing. And it's really important. Brianna did a really good job making sure that people stayed on point, sending people their money. When you're traveling, it's hot and you're going and going. You're coming and going. It's so easy to be like, oh my God, I forgot to send you $6 for the Uber. So she did a really good job with that. It was really good. Let's see. I don't know if Mark is going to join our live. I got his request. Okay, so maybe he's not here anymore. So that Uber, let's see, the first day, I'm trying to remember. I know we drank a lot the first day, and I'll keep it a buck. Coming from Michigan and dealing with such a change, and it was only like an hour difference, dealing with such an extreme change in weather, constantly walking, drinking, not enough water. I had a headache. The very first night, we were exhausted. I don't think anybody was fully prepared to walk and be as hot as we were. So the first night, I caught a really bad headache, and I did not go out. My friends went out. I ended up staying in, bar hopping the first day. There we go. A lot of bar hopping the first day. By the end of the night, I'm talking between 10 and midnight, I caught a really bad headache, and I tapped out for the night. I was exhausted. My head was throbbing. I could not get rid of it. I took a couple pills. Okay. Said Cool was in here, gave me something, y'all, that knocked me out, right? So I was knocked out. Friday night, I was done. Everybody else went out. I was at home, knocked out in the bed, slumped. Okay, we're going to get Marcus on. Marcus is going to share his experience of the flight. So let's see what he got here. Let's see if we can get him on here. So make sure I'll stop at, make sure you guys remind me, I'm stopping at the first day. Oh,
hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
I'm
You want
driving.
to share your experience in New Orleans?
Hell yeah. I bought everybody grenades who got fucked up the first night.
Oh yeah.
One grenade.
He did.
One grenade per person will get you tipsy for at least the rest of the day.
Yes.
That was the first thing we did. They are. And everybody got their titties and penises or necklaces.
Oh yeah! Hold on, you guys. Wait, I want to show you. Where are mine?
My titties.
Hold on, you guys.
I ain't got no titties no more.
Okay. I don't know. I can't find my penises. I
You
don't
know
know
what?
where they
You
are.
drank that fishbowl and you kind of lost it after that.
Oh
So,
yeah. Oh yeah. That's another thing. The first night we did have a fishbowl. I had a fishbowl. We did a buddy system, you guys. And Mike was my buddy. We downed the fishbowl. After that, I was like done. I was like, I'm good. Oh my goodness. I cannot find this. Give me 1 more second, you guys. Let me find these. Let me find this penis for y'all. 1 second. Oh my god.
look like who still got his titties?
Where are these penises? I'm so mad. Oh yeah. All right. I don't know. I don't know what I do with the penises. I don't know. Whatever. I'll show you guys. I'll post a picture about them. What happened? For those of you who remember from the first day, what happened?
From what I can remember, we went to a bunch of bars and y'all was dancing. For sure.
You said
We
what?
went to a bunch of bars and y'all was dancing. And then we
Yeah.
went to a voodoo shop.
We did. You and I were sitting next to each other in the voodoo shop. We were.
That voodoo shop.
We did.
What else did we do? Y'all had, I don't know if I can disclose this online, but y'all had some activities later on that evening.
That was the first night?
With the said, that you paid. With the same person that you paid for.
Really? That wasn't the second
That was the
night?
first, that was all the first night. The first day we was there.
I was drunk. Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
And then after that, you was asleep. So.
Yeah, okay.
That was,
so we'll talk about, let me talk, let me think about that. It was the first night. Ebony's like, okay, so I don't know. Ebony, what you think? Should I disclose that? I'll go briefly. I'll gloss over it. So Mark is right. We did a lot of bar hopping that first night. We came in, every bachelor or bachelorette party, there may or may not be some male or female entertainment. We did have some entertainment. I'm going to say that was it the right way? Congrats, got you. Was it the right way making you go to a reputable company? We had a good time. I will not disclose what happened because what happened in New Orleans stays in New Orleans. But we all had a great time. He made a lot of money. We laughed, a lot of jokes. Yeah, we had a good time. You guys forgive me, Yeah, we had a really good time. And then Mark is right. After that, I was out for the count. They went out later that night. I was done for. I was in the bed. I was asleep.
I will say one thing. After we had went back out, we saw how trashy that New Orleans can get. It was trash everywhere. All right,
oh my God.
The streets was trash. It was almost like people just came outside and threw their trash cans everywhere. Oh yeah, it was fucked up. No, hey, ask Cool. He could talk about that. But Cool on.
Okay, y'all. I went there. He says, "Say Cool, say Cool. I see you in the comment section. Can you vouch for how trashy that it was?" Goodness gracious.
That shit was
Wow.
terrible.
I will say we did a ton of fucking walking. You need to wear something cool. You need to wear some comfortable shoes. And when I mean like we were walking, it's not bad enough that we were just walking. We were walking in at least 95, 100-degree weather because the sun was booming. Okay, booming. So it was hot as hell. Wear some comfortable shoes. Get some insoles. Don't wear no sandals because your ass is gonna be grass. You're gonna be sitting on the side and you ain't gonna have no fun. Don't do it. Okay. Stay Cool said they do clean it every night. I will say that. Because I didn't see a lot of trash during the day, but it definitely smelled like piss. Definitely very pissy smell. Me and Mike was my buddy. We both was knocked out Friday night. It was over for the count. And Ebony makes a really good point. The only difference at night and during the day is that the sun is not there. It is still hot as fuck. Like, it's like muggy at night. It's just hot as fuck and muggy during the day. Still hot, but a little more muggy at night. So that is another big difference. But it's a lot more tolerable once the sun goes down. It's still hot as fuck, but you can tolerate it a little more. So we're gonna fast forward to Saturday. Saturday, everybody got up. Brittany made us breakfast. Niggas was up drinking by then. I had some. I think I had like some champagne. We had a mimosa or something. We was drinking. I was drinking something. I don't know, but you know that's the point of vacation. You're supposed to drink. You know. So we're up drinking, and then at that point we decided to do the Deaf Museum. We bar crawl. I think we Deaf Museum. Did a little bit of walking around, and then we did bar crawl, which was really fun. Nah, I ain't gonna say really fun. Let me not say that. The bar
we
crawl,
made it fun.
You said it was what?
We made it fun.
Yeah, we did make it fun, okay? Because niggas had jokes. It was hot as fuck again. And let me tell you guys, this is the funny part. The day that we did the bar crawl is the day you guys saw us with the crazy wigs, okay? According to my sister, we look like a bunch of fucking doodle bugs. That's what my sister called us. She said we look like doodle bugs. Okay? Everybody complained about those wigs. They were hot as fuck. You guys have seen my picture posted. Niggas was looking hit. Like, wigs 2 far to the board, 2 far to the back, lopsided, okay? But I do want to say this. Those wigs, even though we were complaining, was so fucking fun. It was so easy to spot each other. It was so easy to stay connected. Like, they were annoying, but it was kind of like a safety measure a little bit. Like, it was very easy to spot each other. Nobody really got lost. I know we were walking somewhere, somebody would get lost. But when you're not somewhere, sex trafficking is big, niggas is big, it was easy to get lost. Those wigs helped out a ton. We wore them bitches until like, what, 7 or 8 that night? And then we snatched them motherfuckers off, okay? Brittany took hers off, and everybody took them bitches off. Snatches, okay? Off. That was pretty much it. The second day was pretty smooth. It was pretty fun to try. We did little activities. After that, what we do, Mark? We go home. We get dressed. It's a lot. We did again.
One more time. We got grenades.
Them grenades is a hit. Okay. Look.
Yeah.
And people were, this is how good they were, guys. People were not drinking them so they could save them when they were getting, after they got dressed. That's how people was like, I'm going to drink a little bit now, I'm going to get dressed, and then I'm going to drink some more. So that way when I'm getting dressed, I got something to drink on. We still had drinks, but them hand grenades are good as fuck and they hit you right. That's it, right? We get dressed, we go out, we went to one club, literally. Ebony was definitely people. I literally lived that perfect Ebony. We went to one club, guys. One. I don't know the name of it. Don't ask me. Maybe I'll figure out later to tell you. That club, Mike can vouch for this because Mike was like, this shit hit me right here. We went to church in the club, guys. The church was fire, okay? The music was live. It was good. It was good energy. I don't really know how to describe it. I felt it in my soul, okay? It was good. My soul was on board. I had a great time. Mark, what you got to say about the club? Did you have a good time at the club?
You know, I was outside with Jade. So, y'all enjoyed for the most part. I didn't get there to the end.
What? Where was you?
Yeah, I was outside. You might want to ask Cool. He recorded the whole thing.
What? I don't even know that. I was drunk in the club. That's how I know he was there.
You was. You had that grenade. That's what fucked you up.
I was in the club. They was twerking. My ass was spinning. I was in the club on my, okay, shaking my ass to the stage. That's where I was at, okay? Bless our souls. See, that music was fire, man. She was hitting it. She did Back That Ass Up. She sang it. She did some Lauryn Hill. She did Erykah Badu, called Tyrone. You know, all the bitches was at the front when she said called Tyrone. It was a good night. Okay, sucks when you nigga had to be because I was in that bitch live. I was lit. I felt so full. It hit the spot. See, Cool said the club was amazing. It was amazing. I know me, Janae, and Say Cool had some really good drinks. It wasn't anything special. We just had peach Long Island's with lemonade instead. I think it's like Sprite. It's a good. You can't miss that hit anywhere. So that was really good. Um, yeah, I think that was it. And then after that night ended, we went home. Everybody. Oh, wait, no, where was? Oh, okay. So this is another thing. When we left the club, there were some people that had to take the early flight. So some people left the club, headed straight home to pack their shit and catch the flight. Peace to the motherfucking Middle East. Literally, we're in the club till like 2 a.m. Audrey caught the Holy Ghost. We were in the club till like 2 a.m. People literally left the club, packed their bags to home, and caught their first flight to back to Detroit.
That was people. That was fucked
people.
up.
Yeah, you were people. Oh, guys, we also played a really good game. Okay, let me tell you about this. We played a really good game before we went out to the club. We pre-gamed at the house, right? So we played this really good game. You got to pull a card, and you had to ask 2 people in the room. I ain't going into details about what was on the cards. If you was there, you was there, and if you wasn't, you just wasn't. But if I can, I will find the name of that game, and I will let you guys know where to buy it. I got to talk to Brittany about that. The game was fun as fuck. It was freaky as fuck. We learned a lot about each other. It was fun, okay? All right? It was some good shit in that game. And then we went out. We came home. I'll tell you guys my ghost story because I wanted to share that. So Mike experienced the day before walking with his straw, and his straw like just disappeared out his cup, right? This is after we've left the bar crawl. This is Saturday night, the second night. I'm walking, sipping my drink. I promise you guys, with my straw. I never bumped anybody. I never tripped. Random as fuck, I look down and my straw's gone. Like, no bullshit. I'm like, am I tripping? Like, I literally was like, nigga, am I drunk? And when I tell you guys, it's like somebody took my straw and tossed the bitch out my drink. I'm not lying. I never tripped. I never bumped nobody. I was actively using my straw, and I looked down at one point and it was gone. Now, it could be coincidental or it could be some New Orleans ghosts playing with me. But that's my ghost story. And also, I was in the bathroom and my phone random as fuck fell into the toilet. I got it out of time to get on it. But that's my ghost story. Yeah. Mark, did you have anything funny happen to you? Or?
You talking about me missing the flight almost?
Oh, yeah. I told them about that in the beginning of the episode. You
Oh,
want to tell them?
God. All right. I'll make it real brief. Okay. The flight left. Was supposed to leave at 9:40. I didn't get to the gate until 9:48. Y'all boarded what, at like 9:10 or something like that?
Yep.
Thank God. But as soon as I got to the airport, I was texting them like, hey, wait, stop the plane for me. They was like, we ain't doing that.
How? Nigga, how we gonna stop the plane?
Somebody gonna say some shit like, oh, they said that they'll go until the last person's on the plane. I said, well, y'all better walk slow as hell, then.
We did. Brianna was trying to walk slow, bro. That's so funny.
So I fucking get in the airport, and I'm booking it, trying to get to the gate. I got TSA pre-check, so I'm like, I'm good. I'm going to slide straight through. It wasn't on my ticket. I had to go through the gate on some random shit and then run. So I'm running, my heart pounding. I'm about to die. I'm about to throw up. I ain't never ran this fast in a short distance since high school. I get to the gate, it's closed. I'm like, oh God, I missed the plane. I gotta wait. So I jimmy it. So I'm pulling on it, and luckily the flight attendant was there, and she opened the gate for me. It was like, boy, this your lucky day. I'm like, shit, hell yeah.
See? That nigga almost didn't come.
I almost didn't. Because if I would have missed that bitch, I would not have came. I'm not holding you up. I would have not came. Fuck all that 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock shit. No.
See? Look. He made it, guys. He made it. Yeah, we were in that bitch dying. We was fucking walking on like, nigga, where's your name? They ain't make it. They had to come later that night. Just they make it that day. So it was fun. I had a good time. Let me think. I'll tell you guys this. I didn't bring any good shoes. I didn't bring no shoes I like. I bought some cheap ass $15 shoes Target, some little sunflower shoes. I bought some $8 insoles, and the motherfuckers got the job done. It's a lot of walking, it's a lot of dusty. Me and Say Cool had berries. Them bitches was biscuits, okay? They was dusty than a bitch, okay? My shoes was dusty, okay? We look like Vacay kids playing outside. Dusty, okay? Don't bring no shoes you like. Buy some cheap shoes if you can and bring them on that trip, especially if you're gonna be walking because it's a lot of walking. Get TSA pre-check when free if you can. Mark is the person that gave me clear. It helped me through this coming and going. I love it, but TSA pre-check is cheaper and it lasts a lot longer. Yeah. Any other words you have? TSA Clues talk about they clean out. Them bitches was biscuits, okay? Biscuits, nigga. Biscuits. That's what the bitch.
I would say.
Anything else you want to share with them, Mark?
I say definitely try beignets. Definitely go to Frenchman, which is where we were. I don't remember what bar we was at, but definitely go to Frenchman.
Frenchman is live music. Is all down Frenchman.
Yep. And probably try out that Riverwalk. That was straight when we went.
Niggas. You guys, there was like an area by the BJ's. There's an area where there's rocks and water. All you hear is us niggas from Detroit. Let's go to the Riverwalk, bro. Like, this is not the Riverwalk. Like, this is not Detroit. We're not downtown. That's all you hear niggas say. Let's go to the Riverwalk. Like, bro, you can take the Detroit out of people, but you can take niggas out of Detroit, but you cannot take the Detroit out of niggas. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. So yeah. I'm so glad they joined so that they can share with y'all like y'all just don't be believing me. Because we really had a good time. Mike, did you have a good time traveling? I'm on Mark, did you have a good time traveling with the girls?
Yeah. It was good for the most part. I went to brunch. All I remember, that's all. Other than that, it was cool.
Oh yeah. Mark got the fuck out. He wasn't fucking with us for a couple hours. We weren't fucking with Mark for a couple hours. But I ain't here or there, you know, he circled the block. He came back, okay? We had a good time. He said you can barely hear me. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know why you can barely hear us. It might be Mark if he's driving. But yeah, I think that's all I don't have anything else. I'm gonna make sure you guys make sure you follow me personally on Instagram. I'm gonna put my travel must-haves as far as what I travel with, them shoes, because them bitches was lifesavers. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my bet. You got anything else? I don't have nothing else. This is supposed to be a
that's it.
Okay, yeah. Well, thank you, Mark, for getting on here. I'm so glad you could share with them so they just don't be believing me. I don't want y'all niggas to think I be lying and shit, so I just gotta bring somebody else on here to share with y'all. No.
You're welcome.
Okay, so since you're my guest for the day, you gotta go out where you ain't come in the same way. You gotta give me something that you're grateful for before you get off. Oh
man, I'm grateful for my ancestors and the ability to choose.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know what that's about, but I like it. I feel
like. Oh, I was just gonna say real quick. I feel like us as Black people, we have the ability to change our mind at any point in order to benefit our life as we're on this journey. So I'm grateful for having the ability to choose.
Period. I like that. I like that one. I'm gonna say I'm grateful for. Honestly, I'm just grateful to be back home, safe in one piece. Like, I'm just grateful to be home. I really miss my kid. He getting on my motherfucking nerves because that's what kids do. My God. But I missed my homeboy. I missed him so much. I'm so happy to see his little face and his big old little feet. So, he in the background screaming now, but I really am. I'm just grateful to be home with my baby. I miss him. So yeah, make sure you guys follow me on my personal page, Miss Carter_1X. I will put a link in my bio of my travel must-haves. You guys need that. If I can find a clear TSA pre-check for you guys if you're traveling, I'll send it to you. And I think that's about it. Mark, thank you for coming. Like, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Miss the kids. I love it. I definitely miss my kids. And you know what's funny, Mike? We talked about your kids. We talked about you doing something sweet for them or kissing them or hugging them or something you said you was doing, reading them a bedtime story or something Mike was saying. I was a little drunk, so I kind of remember the conversation, not all of it. But I do remember him saying something about his kids. But as always, you guys, thank you guys for joining me. My audience is the best, thebomb.com. Thank you so much, Let's Talk Fam. As always, my name is Cherrell Carter. I'm host of Let's Talk the Show, and this ain't a podcast. I will see you guys next Tuesday. Peace.
Peace.